gotta always do the intros.
No, but I'm saying, should we do one now?
Like, talk to each other?
No, like, hey, everybody, welcome back to Elk Lodge. This is episode 10, maybe?
Episode 10.
11.
No,
Rick
10.
is 10.
Shit. Why do we... Well, you always say we're
Don't
not
say
going to
the
worry
numbers.
about the numbers, okay? It doesn't matter. The
Welcome
numbers
to another
don't
episode. Hey, if you're watching us on YouTube or listening or wherever, like, click like and subscribe and comment. I know it's kind of that goofy, hokey YouTube shit, but it does actually help the show grow. And it tickles us when we see a comment. So make it fun. Parker. Oh, wait.
Hello.
There
Hey.
you are.
What's up, guys?
Hi. Yeah.
What's up, dude? How are you?
Way to frame yourself up. You look
Yeah.
so nice there.
Yeah, that's just by chance, but I'm really happy about how it turned out.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, luck is in our favor.
Is this
Yeah.
the first podcast you've ever been on?
No, I've been on a couple of podcasts, actually.
Really?
Nice.
Like
Okay.
Talking Cough?
Talking Cough, but first podcast with friends. That's what I'm having.
Nice. Cool. Well, it can be way more fun, I bet, than all the others combined.
A little less nervous, a little less professional, hopefully.
Yeah,
We're not professional, that's for sure.
That's true. But we did, of course,
But look at this display.
stage the
Wow.
table.
I killed off the last of my Scotch coffee. We've got a cup here. We've got the bag. So Parker is the owner, CEO, and I don't know, what's your official title at Hexe?
Yeah, owner works. Man.
Owner. I mean, you are Hexe. You're Hexe Coffee. So
Yeah,
that's
I got like a really good crew now. You know?
nice. How do you
do. I would shout out to your graphic designers. I love all the stuff that you print. The designs are so cool.
Yeah, this
And
glass is
it's-
epic.
I like hop on your website a lot. Things are like flying off the shelves all the time. Are you thinking at all of like a second location, or is that crazy talk?
Yeah, it's we're talking about it. We're hoping to open like a new production space.
Because you also roast your own beans and sell beans. So that's how I was able to get this, right? So like somewhere where you'd make the beans, not in the store, because right now you do it in the store.
Yeah, so we're gonna do like we supply for our store and then other stores. So it's just like it's too much going on in there right now. So we're looking for like a small warehouse to roast and brew everything in there. So we just, don't go crazy. So we got like our own little production crew.
How many people do you have now?
We have in total, including the store, 14 people.
Nice.
Epic, Parker.
It's
Yeah.
fucking weird.
Was it what was surviving the pandemic like for your business?
At first it's it's like kind of so scary, you know what I mean? Like we just opened. We opened in September of 19. So we
Barely 3
I
months.
didn't know. It's like everyone, we thought it was 2 weeks,
Right.
Yeah.
But then just kept not opening. But I was the only roaster at the time, so I was still able to roast and like fill orders. For online orders, the people were like extremely supportive, like the neighborhood and like all my friends were like buying coffee online. So we were selling a lot online, and then after a while, after about like a month and a half, I was actually starting to kind of dig it. Like, I remember my mother-in-law. She's like, "You look so good."
Because the hospitality piece is kind of gone.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I feel good. My hair's not gray anymore. I look 5 years younger.
Nice. A little break.
Yeah, because opening up a restaurant. I had never worked in a restaurant, so opening up a restaurant was like, God, I don't. Paul, you worked at like Potbelly's, right?
I did work at Potbelly's. I worked at a few restaurants, but Potbelly's was the best one.
You made a sandwich that looked like a shoe.
Dude, yeah. Were you there for that, or I told you about
No,
Like
it?
a shoe?
I heard about it.
Well, so when it's your break at Potbelly's, you can make any sandwich you want. So one day, I had made every sandwich and every combination of sandwiches. We even once made a sandwich with everything on it: peanut butter jelly, like everything. All the soups. We even did a little bit of all the soups. And so anyway, we were just out of ideas. And then it was one night we were like, let's make a sandwich that looks like a shoe. So we hollowed out like a, like here's your sandwich. So we hollowed this out and then hollowed the rest out, right? And then like stuffed it with the meats and things and then drizzled like mustard to be like the laces. It's pretty fun. But yeah, I did make a sandwich that looks like a shoe, dude. I'm glad
Wow.
you remember that.
I can't go to a Popeyes without thinking about it. Actually,
Wow.
I never saw it. I heard about it, and
That's amazing. That's kind of the way I feel about your tree house. Didn't you used to have a tree house that had like cable?
didn't have cable, but
I heard it had
It
cable.
had
but
power.
It got back to me that I thought that it was like
It's,
heated with cable. And I,
I mean, like it was close enough to the house. I just could like run an extension cord.
so.
But when you're like 9 years old, that's good enough.
Yeah, no, I know.
No, it was like a big deal. It's like Parker's treehouse has power.
I know, but
like,
I don't
there's
think I
lights
ever
in
hung
it and
out up
shit.
there. But I remember
That's why
hearing
it's
about
gone.
it.
Yeah, the raccoons hung out up there.
Mm.
It's too bad. I talk about it a lot with my parents. Like, what the fuck? That was like, there's a massive tree house in the yard. I didn't appreciate it, so they tore it down, took it away from me.
Wait,
Like you lost, like as a punishment, they took it away, or it just.
No. I mean, I never used it, so it just got overrun with raccoons and squirrels.
Neglect,
But, like,
treehouse
if we
neglect.
had it when we were about 18, it would have been good.
yeah, honestly, should have invited me
We
over.
would have got
Tree
some
houses
use
are
out of
so
that
cool.
thing. Your house was always a really fun house to go to. One of the more fun houses to go to. Did that become a burden at some points where you're like, guys, can we go somewhere else?
No, I think it's a burden now because I never want to go anywhere else. Like,
Mm.
I want to be, even like my apartment here in the city. Like, I want people to come to me. I don't like going
can
out.
relate. I like that.
I'm the same way, actually. Yeah, I was even telling you this, I think, the other night. Yeah, like I'm so used to like come to my place because I've always had like the music, so I have the drums.
Yeah.
So like
or
music
the
is always
parents that, like your parents just let you go to the basement.
right.
And you had the drums. Maybe it's a drummer thing.
Maybe it is a drummer thing. Maybe you're a drummer at
Well,
heart.
you do. Drummers are loud. You need space to stretch out and kind of get away from people. And that was the thing about your house is there was like clearly designated kids spaces, and that was like the part we needed. Like playing, but it was like playing music above the garage, like as far away from your parents as possible. Like they knew what they were doing. It was
I think my
Fun
parents
house.
were like kind of stoked that it was happening at their house because I wasn't, Out.
moving. Yeah.
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
I loved it because I could just walk to the end of the
Like, you were
neighborhood
right
and
there.
hop over the fence and like basically arrive in your yard. But
Oh, yeah, it's true. You just cut through.
yeah, I just always walked.
Yeah.
We had my parents hollowed out a path for that neighborhood
Oh, wow, nice.
for Nick Bradford, but Christine could use it.
Yes, that was
Being Nick Bradford's next door neighbor, it worked equally as convenient for her.
Yeah.
If
That's
I could
amazing.
find it. I think I made my own path every time. Like true to
Because
form.
you like at night, you're just
was
like,
always,
I don't
like,
think this is the right way.
Honestly, I never went the same way twice. Like,
You like get lost. You're like, I've seen this bush twice now. Are you still playing music at all?
No. I mean, it's always like on my mind to like get back to it,
Mm-hmm.
Just being a drummer in the city unless you're paying rent at a space, it's very hard to do. And then
You'll have this new brewing warehouse, like
Oh,
where they're
that's a good
roasting
idea.
coffee.
Yeah.
Like set up a
during the
little.
pandemic, I did bring my drum kit and got to play like full volume, But we live in, it's all apartments here. And honestly, at the time, I don't have the time anymore. I wish I did. I think about it all the time.
So what's your what's your day to day like? Like you wake up early and you're like making coffee, or you have to be at the shop at a certain time every day?
I try not to be on the schedule anymore. Just because I've got my own shit going on there. But yeah, it's 7 days a week. It's today, for instance, what did I do? I don't even know. Today was my computer day.
With that like
it's
emails.
when I, like, tackle. Yeah, I got tackle the emails. I've got my production crew going and the bar going, and I just like sit at the bar, answer the emails. I had to like. It was a really hard adjustment for me to not be the roaster and the brewer and sales, and it was just me for 4 years, But then as it grew, it's like you can't grow if you're just working all the, like
Mm-hmm.
if I'm just like roasting coffee for like 40 hours a week.
Yeah, it's not
How am
sustainable.
how am I gonna sell? I gotta spend another 30 hours a week selling the coffee, but there's no time,
Right.
Um,
And just
or
to
like,
clarify for people listening, like you've been roasting coffee for 4 years, but the brick and mortar store now that's in Chicago, that's what opened in September of 19, right?
yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. So I make sure that everyone who's working has everything they need, that they're happy.
Happy employees. That's what you want.
Yeah, right. I mean, like we have like a cool little team going on. Everyone works super hard. They care, They even, now the roasters are telling me what they need, and that's been pretty. It was a super hard pill for me to swallow. Like I was like, don't tell me that. I don't even fuck you.
Like,
You don't
what do
know.
you mean? Like, I need
Yeah.
health
You don't know.
insurance, that kind
You know
of
what
thing?
we fucking need. I know what we fucking need. But now it's like one of my friends who owns a brewery in town was like, dude, embrace that shit. Like, take care, and they do. So yeah, just keeping an eye on things, making sure that I still handle all the incoming wholesale orders for the coffee. So I'm customer service on the wholesale end. We're
What-
working on this new production spot. So like I'm going tomorrow morning to look at a new space and just
You got shit to do, man.
Who helped you design the current space?
My wife, Jordan.
Yes. Okay. Because it is super cool in there.
Yeah, thank you. We did that together. It was like we were also planning our wedding at the same time. So we got married 2 weeks before we opened the store.
Is that what you got rid of the treehouse for? So you could make room for your wedding?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yes. Full circle.
They were like, listen,
moment.
Parker,
that's-
treehouse or wedding. You don't get both.
Well, just say the tree that the tree house was in is dead.
Okay.
Oh, the tree died. Well,
The tree.
you need the
could just
tree.
call
Yeah, otherwise that's just
It's
a,
a big-
Honestly,
just a
I
house.
think that my parents were like,
Ingredient.
once we turned like 16, 17, my guess is they were like, this is a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like someone's
You
gonna
know what I mean?
get drunk and fall out of this and like
Sure.
forget it.
Babies. I think babies. man.
Babies. That's what I had in mind too. Like,
Oh, that's a baby making.
It's
Not
like
for me.
a neighborhood
that was
roosting.
not my, I was. They wished it. They were wanting it to be my babies, but it's like other people's babies.
Mm-hmm. Little KISSING up in the tree,
Exactly.
Goddamn tree. Paul and Christine are up in that fucking tree house.
Ugh, I wish, dude. At the time, that would have been a mind blower. I had a huge crush on Christine, my whole life.
Yeah, everyone knew.
Okay, yeah. Well, I say that to some people. They're like, "Oh yeah," like,
Everyone knew.
well,
Everyone knew.
But me.
yeah, except for her, because it was like I was afraid to tell you. I was so like, I don't know what it was. I was just so shy.
Christine has this like way of like making people nervous. You made me nervous in high school too.
Mm.
What?
Come out and say that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How'd she
I
make
mean,
you
we'll
nervous?
have to talk about this. I'm
Like,
gonna have to
in
write this
a-
on my
Oh,
notes of
what's this?
things to circle back to. I made him nervous in high school.
What? Why?
Well, like you had a crush on her, or like, yeah, how'd she make you nervous?
It wasn't like a crush, but it was the same thing with like, I think once I finally started hanging out with like Jillian, Nikki, Christine, and Lauren, like all those people, like what the fuck? Why are all these people, like why are these girls talking to me now? But I was like a little like, weird. So they all made me nervous. Then I lived with Nikki and Jillian and Lauren. I never lived with them.
But we were friends like way before that. Like I was at your bar mitzvah. I mean, we go back before high school.
But I know what Parker's saying.
like,
You
so
girls were
so was Jamie Cohen or something. I don't know.
yeah. So was Jamie Berg, No, but you girls,
Yeah,
girls were like
They were all about it.
pretty and cooler than us,
You
And,
guys
like,
were exactly. You guys were so much hotter and cooler. Than
yeah, you were hotter and cooler than us,
Oh my
and
God.
you hung out with older boys because you were like the hot, cool sophomores. You were hanging with like the hot, cool seniors, And we were just
dating, like a senior. Yeah.
When I was a sophomore. Okay. I'm hearing it.
yeah. So you guys were cool. You guys were cool. Yeah, it was kind of intimidating.
Cool.
Like, but it's we're all friends now, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Totally.
dude, I have
Who
such
knew?
fond memories though of like jams, especially jams
Same.
at your house, like that room above the garage.
I think it's like this weird something happened when we were like our first summer home from college that like nothing can ever live up to. Those like late night
Mm.
Daniel Jordan,
Mm-hmm.
Christine, Jillian, everyone,
It was
Nikki
so
hanging out.
fun.
Like, that was what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's
Two drum
like-
sets. We would do both because
Drum
you
set.
drum,
It
I
doesn't-
drum.
I think that
That
was
was
like the
it.
first time I sang around anybody. Actually, was you with you guys there, and
I remember
barely
you tried to
did.
get us to do Valerie one time.
I did like Valerie, I think,
Wanted
or
us
like
to do,
I-
yeah.
yes, of course I did. Of course I did. No surprise there.
But I've been getting Christine singing a lot. Like we have like an album that we're gonna put out
I
eventually.
know. I've heard.
Nice.
You've
I'm so
heard.
fucking-
Did I show it to you?
I have heard a little bits of Christine singing, and then I hang out with that boy Jordan all the time.
Oh,
Mhm.
Jordy, of course. Oh, right. You guys make
Talk
dinner
about
and
Jordy,
talk shop
yeah.
a little bit. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so like, I don't know if this is like anti your podcast, but what's going on with your podcast? What's going on with your music? You know?
So, what's going on with this podcast?
I guess like what's going on with everything. I mean, like start with like you and Christine have an album. I mean,
Well, yeah. So we just
kind of fucking crazy.
we make music, or at least we were like we've made music sometimes. So and then like eventually I was like, oh wow, there's like 7, 8 songs like sitting here. You know, like this is like a little project. So we've got that, and we, you know, every now and then we have a night where we hang out and make stuff, and you know, it's all kind of like, but our group is called the Modern Mystics. We haven't released anything yet, but so we have that. But I've sort of slowed down creating music.
I've been cut off.
She's been cut off because I made too much music and like didn't release any. So like I have my group That Kid Is You that you know about, and
Yeah.
so we've
I
like
fucking love that shit, by the way.
Yeah,
Thank you,
he just put
thanks.
out some new songs today, actually.
I'm honestly like, you know, like your stuff like will pop up on like mine and Jordan's like Spotify.
Mhm.
That's insane.
yeah. Well, thanks, man.
Yeah, it's
Like,
fun.
Is that fucking Paul?
I know. When I
No,
play
fucking
Spotify
all
and I hear
low
it,
and sexy.
it's exciting.
Well,
Yes.
so you heard the Argentina album, like Jordan, I know showed you that, but we have like 50 other songs we've made over the past few years that like we just didn't put out, and now I'm like, oh, like I got to put those songs out before I put these Argentina songs out, because the Argentina stuff is like hi-fi, you know, like really well put together. This other stuff is
Yeah.
like we made it in the bedroom, but they're cool tracks. So I was like, no more music. Like I need to release music before I keep making more. Because sometimes now when I make music, it's like, oh, this is another thing that's just gonna go on my pile of shit I haven't released yet. So that's been like a huge focus
sense.
for me, is releasing music and like sort of getting things off. But pretty soon we're gonna like start this process where we're releasing 2 songs a week for like 8 weeks or something, you know, and like or even, probably even longer. But anyway, and then that'll lead to that
Right.
Argentina album coming out. And then so also like with the momentum of releasing all these songs, it like kind of will help the Argentina album get more eyes, you know, because we've been sort of like building this audience through all these other songs we're putting out. So anyway,
Plus, you've been just like started spending money on advertising.
yeah, now I hired my buddy Tato from Peru to be doing advertising on all of this stuff. So he's like running Facebook ads and Instagram ads for all this stuff. So finally,
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
yeah, so
basically,
finally like we're
the
seeing things
answer
pick up.
is it's about to pop off.
Yeah, we're about to pop off. So that's been like my big focus with, let's see. I mean, with the podcast, like this is sort of something, it was like, I don't care if this blows up like in a year or in 10 years. Like we just needed to kind of start it so that like it's like we're watering it and it can grow, you know,
Yeah,
like
I mean, otherwise, what, you don't start it, right?
Mhm.
otherwise you don't start it. Exactly.
That's
Like we
usually
just had to start.
That's usually the path I take. But Paul is like motivated. He drinks coffee at any hour and then stays up until 4:30 in the morning working on his personal projects after like a full day of work. So It's just, I don't know. It's definitely like
Yeah.
crunch
Parker,
time, I
you know
guess.
how it is. It's like, you have to sort of allocate your time and like, I don't know. So anyway, but I just feel like I have all these plates spinning. So we've got the podcast, we've got That Kid Is You. We've got, and like, so with the podcast, it was just about like, just begin, like just start, and don't like overthink it or put these obstacles in front of yourself, like just do it.
So yeah.
That's all.
So we're loving it. We're just having fun and just like taking the opportunity of like not having a huge audience to just get better at it, So like,
Yeah, I mean, you guys had that guy TK on.
yeah,
Mhm.
That guy's in Workaholics. That
Yeah.
guy's funny.
He's so funny. I know,
Did you
that
watch
was awesome.
Did you watch our podcast with TK?
I watched a lot of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
he's
like,
so funny.
I was like, how the fuck? I'm like, and then you asked me like that next day, and I was like, I'm not.
Oh, come on.
Get outta here.
I'm at the same level. as
Parker,
TK.
when are you going to realize you're one of the cool guys?
Yeah, see, this is
Oh, man.
You
I mean,
are the
sure.
cool kid.
you're
You're
a
still hotter
cool
and
kid
cooler.
now.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I mean, your hair is glorious. Like you got this thick, and maybe the gray will be nice when it comes in. When it comes back, when you get stressed out
This
again.
is something about the lights doing something good, but it's a huge pain, man. It's like, dude, it's so. Everyone kept telling me like Happy Easter, and I was like, come on, dude. Like,
What part of this says Easter?
Yeah, like can't you tell? Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
I know. I like
Thanks, you.
I didn't mean to create like such an Easter meal on Easter. I just sort of was like craving cooking, and then all of a sudden it was Easter, and
We had a
I
spread.
was like staging it all springy. It's like, I
Yeah,
guess
we
I am
feasted.
celebrating Easter. I just
Like,
don't want to
was it
admit
like-
it.
And then it was funny too, like, because most of our friends are Jewish, like the whole crew is Jewish, so they're like, shout out to our,
Like the only ones are.
yeah, like we're the Gentiles,
Mhm.
like, so, but then we were like, God, like, I don't know, because Erica said something like, oh yeah, like, Happy Easter to the Gentiles, but like we were having like a nice Christian brunch.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
I had,
Like,
we sat
were-
here. There's a tablecloth on the table. Like we went all out.
Yeah, we did.
Just because you were feeling springy and festive.
Also because I had like went into this wine shop that I applied to work in, and they're it's like this really awesome. It's called Wine and Eggs, and they just opened in January. And they have like all these amazing fine food items and fresh wontons and flowers and
Just like vibing out real hard.
yeah. So I went in there, like I applied online like they asked, but then I dropped off an application and of course wanted like a bottle of wine, but then felt obligated / inspired to spend a little bit more, brought home some stuff and then wanted to use it in a meal, just all kind of came together.
So it was a photo op and a meal.
Basically, I'm stalking the place that I want to hire me. I keep posting pictures and tagging them on social media and going to their store and I'm like, hi, it's me.
There's this line you can cross of like, this chick's super fan.
I know. I almost did another drop-in Monday, but I was like, no. So then I emailed
Right.
today. We'll
you don't
see.
necessarily
I'm
want to
stalking.
seem like a fan as much as like, well, you want to be like a fan, but not too much of a fan.
Well, you don't want to be a fan.
You don't want to
girl.
seem desperate.
Definitely not.
Remember that movie Swim Fan?
Yes, that was creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is too far.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay,
you
there's
don't
the
do
boundary.
that.
Got it.
Don't do that.
Okay. I think I can keep it.
Do you
below
get
that
people
level.
like reaching out like, hey man, I really need this job. I'd love a job. Like, do you get a lot of that?
If someone said like, I really need this job, like, then I'd probably talk to them. You know what I mean? But no, it's always like, it's always the same thing. And the emails about working. Love your vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know your vibe is like moody and dark and full of dead bugs and things, which is my kind of style.
Come on back,
I know. Can
Oh,
I
we'll be
work there?
back.
I need a job.
It's a commute.
You can be number one.
There you go.
Oh man. Yeah, we talk about moving back to we talk about moving back to Chicago in terms of like, could we ever imagine it? Neither one of us really really are up for it.
We entertain the idea every now and then, but it's kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't
only to
know.
realize how good you have it in California.
I'm just
Yeah.
really love sunshine. Just really
Christine
a big
likes the
fan.
desert too, and I'm warming up to the desert. So like, you know, if we're gonna move somewhere like Santa Fe, we look at, or Tucson, like Chicago is just
Dude,
it's a good home to come home to, but like to visit, you know. But
your parents, but like, dude, winter sucks here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, your sister moved to Denver, but your parents are still in
My
Riverwoods.
sister moved to Denver, but she's trying to come back.
Is she?
mm,
Would
Yeah,
how's her bakery doing?
Doing great.
Have you been there? What is
Uh,
it? Valhalla Cakes?
in Denver,
Valhalla Cakes.
Valhalla
Denver,
Cakes.
Colorado,
I have not been.
Yeah, it's super cute. Cool,
Wow.
badass Viking cake shop.
studio. She made cupcakes for Elton John
Nice.
and a cake for Shaq.
Whoa.
She
That was
made
probably a big ass
actually,
cake.
Like 2 people, but she wants to move back.
Because she wants
Wow.
to be with family. Or what?
I mean, no disrespect to Denver, but I think that like she thinks maybe it's like gotten over. It's just like everyone moved. And
That kind of played out.
I see.
yeah, she's been there for like 10 years, and I think
Was she doing the bakery before you were roasting coffee?
yeah,
You guys are both like in breakfast.
we're a breakfast family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I always remember that
so
you
weird,
fed
you know?
us always when we were over there. Your kitchen. I remember spending a lot of time in your kitchen too.
My parents had like a Sam's Club card, so there was always Rice Krispie.
God, I
hookup,
don't
yeah.
envy parents with teenagers, you know? Like they just
Yeah,
eat
no,
so
we just-
much. They make so much noise.
Yeah, it was like
They're
impossible to keep my
so
fridge stocked.
Easily
but somehow it was.
offended, you know? Like
It's like you can't be that like dickhole dad being like, tell your friends not to like eat all
Right.
the fruit roll-ups. It's like you fucking tell them those.
Yeah, yeah, don't put that on me. Yeah.
You know? Yeah. You can't. I mean, quit buying it. Quit
yeah.
buying all the Cheetos, Dad.
Right.
They're fucking awesome. I asked Scarlett. Scarlett's the illustrator for all of our stuff at Hexe
Mhm.
her house today. And I asked her 5-year-old daughter if she's ever had pop because she was drinking something green. you
Okay.
know? She said no, and I was like, "You fucking like."
It's amazing.
I mean, maybe we didn't have it at 5, but like at least by 7, I mean, we were like fully fueled on.
I have full on seen people put soda into like bottles. And that haunts me.
What do you mean?
Like
serious?
instead of milk, soda.
Oh, what?
I've witnessed it.
Oh, geez. I thought those days were kind of over. Like this kid
Oh,
surprises me
I hope
less
that
because
was
like
a long time ago. Was that a long time ago, Christine?
I honestly don't even know
Okay.
how long ago it was. I
were
just
you a
like
teenager or were you an adult?
I don't remember when it was.
Okay.
I just remember being floored by the fact that there was soda in
Yeah,
a
'cause
bottle.
the amount of sugar that we used to that they fed us when we were kids, like it's insane. Between cereal and soda and candy, like I would never let my kids eat the way I
No
ate.
way. I mean, I'd come home and have like a fucking like at least two Mountain Dews like before I even took my fucking backpack off.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Two
Yeah.
Mountain Dews. Oh, I was never that bad.
No, my mom kind of ruled with an iron fist. Like I had to ask permission for a soda, and sometimes the answer was no. Like even if I was home alone, I would call to ask, like, "Can I drink a pop?" And a kid Adam had a friend over once, and he was like, "Are you fucking serious?" Like he just couldn't believe what he just saw. That I like called my mom and was like, "Can I drink a soda?" Like she wasn't home, and she said no. So I was like, "We can't do it." He was like, "What?"
You were always kind of scared of your mom.
I mean, I was. I'm not anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
I've told her this before. I was like, I was scared of you. She's like, what? Like,
Yeah, you were.
and I was like, I what? Like she had like a tight grip on things. You know, she was
Well,
a
Rose
no
just-
nonsense
Rose-
lady.
A nice way to say it is like you had like a very I don't even know, and you're like a respectful fear.
That's good. Yeah, respectful for her.
wasn't
Yeah,
charged.
yeah. She didn't like beat me. I wouldn't like cower at her.
Right,
You
but
know,
it's like kind of like how my dog listens.
which
Well,
reminds
the
me.
thing about it is Rose was paying attention, so she's not afraid to like say things how they are.
Yeah, you can't
So-
get anything past.
She just
Also
was
never got-
acknowledging things along the way, whereas some parents, like my dad. They just don't really want to. I don't know. They just sort of like sweep things under the rug.
Sure.
And Paul never got fat, which is so.
It's true.
I'm getting a little like Bart Simpson belly these days, you know, like. But anyway, with like being afraid of getting in trouble reminds me of the sleepover I had at your place.
You know, I woke up this morning and I thought about this.
Can you tell the story?
I wonder which one of us is going to bring this up.
I'll let you tell it.
Well, the best part is like the line at the end of it.
Well, yeah, that's the punchline. Don't get to it too quick.
Goes back to explain why I said what I said.
Yeah.
I mean, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it went something like, I had this Scooby-Doo, what would you call it? Like a carnival stuffed animal?
Yeah, but like a big one, like almost as like 4 feet tall, probably, or something.
The big one you see, like the dad carrying on his back through Great America.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I can kind of picture it. Okay.
But he's like super proud because he like
yeah, he like threw a hoop on a bottle.
Nailed that bucket clown in the face.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know how I got it. So I had that from Dave and Buster's, and then Paul Brisky and I had our first sleepover together.
So sweet.
I think we went out to dinner. My parents took us out to dinner.
I think your sister was in the Grease play, and we went to see the Grease play. And then we got like some sort of Asian cuisine.
He's got such a good memory.
Crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
So
Oh my God.
we're hopped up on all that shit, you know. Plus all the abundance of Mountain Dew my parents had apparently in the house.
There was a no limit policy on the Mountain Dew.
Yeah,
you know, like
anything
we were
goes.
going wild.
It was a fucking. It was like open bar at my parents.
Right. Yeah.
Like crazy.
Put it
like,
on
no,
the Slade tab.
Yeah.
They had like the big Rice Krispie treat. Yeah.
They took
We
care of
were-
us. Yeah.
It's horrible. Anyway, so yeah, so we're all hopped up on sugar, and we decided to. I don't even know what we decided to do with this stuffed animal, but eventually we cut it open.
I think we were like probably smashing it, like punching it, and it accidentally probably broke open. But then like these beads started falling out. Yeah, then it was like rip it open.
Yeah. And it's filled with like all those little styrofoam beads. So then we start. I mean, it's just fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
But with no plan. I mean, there was no plan to like, what are we gonna?
No plan. It was at an age still where like you just play. Like, hey, you want to play? Like, yeah, let's play. Like, there's you don't need more than that.
What are the consequences gonna? There was like
yeah, and we were like on this high, like it was
after this, you know. But then like I think we woke my mom up.
Yeah, I remember like your parents came in, maybe your mom saw first, but this room was just full of these beads. And they're like, you know, they're like those little tiny styrofoam things. So static electricity makes them just stick to everything too. Like you can't even like wipe them up. They like jump over your hand almost or something, you know? So
this fucking toy, like it was 6 feet tall. It was mom, I swear, like this thing was big. Like this was like as big as we were.
Oh my God.
yeah. So they come in. I don't remember exactly what it said.
Get to the part where Paul cries.
Well,
Come
okay,
on.
yeah. So then your dad's like, "I'll get the vacuum" or something like that, and your parents are like, "Oh, geez," you know, they weren't yelling at us or anything. They were just like, "Oh gosh, like get the vacuum." Like,
my dad has like a monotone about him, you know, but he was probably just like also drunk and half asleep. I think. Like,
yeah, I didn't remember that we woke them up, but I think you're right. What's that?
Was my mom not hysterical?
I mean, there was like a sort of like, oh my God, you know, but it wasn't like, it wasn't anger. It wasn't
really
anger.
Everywhere? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. At least I don't, there was, I don't know. I don't know,
I
but.
think, like, I guess what you're getting at is that you overreacted. I
overreacted. That is my point. Yeah. So I remember you're standing there like shirtless and your dad is like vacuuming you. And you were just kind of laughing, you know, because like it's funny because you were reacting correctly.
I was shirtless because like Why not?
No, well, also I think that was like, because these things are everywhere, you know. But
Oh my god.
and so, but then I just remember you like look over at me and you're like, "Are you crying?" And I was crying like because we were in trouble. We talked about this with Erica. I don't know if it was before we wrapped or after we wrapped the podcast. But when I was a kid, like I just hated being in trouble. It was such a scary like in trouble, like like, and I would cry. I would just
also
cry.
never want to be in trouble with like someone else's.
I know.
But that's like fucked up.
Right.
Was this before or after you broke our friend's
Oh,
grandmother's
shit.
nose?
No.
Parker was there for that too. I was chasing Parker.
It was me.
Parker was like,
Oh my gosh.
okay, wait. Well, let's finish.
Dude, we're gonna go all fucking night, man.
So Parker goes, Paul, are you crying? And I go, I told my mom I wouldn't get in trouble. He was like, ugh.
And then like I fucking let him shit. I let him remember that story at least like every other year.
I mean, every time we see each other, it comes out.
That shit was hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, it
told
was.
My mom I wouldn't get in trouble.
Oh my god. Yeah. So anyway,
I don't think
I really wanted to.
My mom ain't no rat.
Yeah. No.
I probably told my mom.
Oh,
'cause,
you
like,
are
I
you
was
kidding?
afraid.
You definitely confessed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
Well, okay, let's get to the nose
we got an
breaking.
apology letter from Warner and Rose.
Did you actually? Oh, okay. I was
Oh my
like,
gosh.
Maybe.
well, I never sent an apology letter for this next one, but maybe I should have.
This one was like actually definitely should have sent.
Well, I called Lauren and apologized. And she was like, she's fine. You know? But like, so we're
That's
at.
not what she
I'm
sounds
just
like.
gonna go on the record of saying before this story starts.
Okay.
And Paul, like, I love you. I value our friendship. This was 100% on Paul.
Oh yeah. Well, like,
I want none of the blame.
no blame on you. But
I'm kidding. I made a quick left.
right, because we were just chasing each other though. Like that's what I'm trying to remember. Like, how did that
I
start?
made a
Like,
quick left.
maybe it's just boys just do that. That sometimes they just chase each other.
Girls
like, you
play
know,
chase too.
okay, all right. So kids just
Something
chase.
about,
We're like puppies.
Sugar, testosterone, and like
Being a kid.
a lot of cocaine at a 13-year-old's bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
It's
It was a
it
wild
might
one. This
as
was
well
one of the
be.
better bar mitzvahs. There was
This one was a
lot of
disco.
blow.
It was a disco.
fun. It was a fun time. The vibes were right.
So anyway, I'm chasing Parker around. You know.
Do you remember why you were chasing me? 'Cause
No, that's what I don't remember.
I found a lighter in the bathroom.
Okay.
Found a cigarette lighter in the bathroom, and I was lighting it, and you wanted it. You started chasing me.
Really?
Yeah, I swear to God.
He
Wow.
really does fucking love fire.
I do, but I bet that was more like I wanted the attention of being the one who had the lighter, you know, like I don't know. I don't know what it was.
You are obsessed with fire.
I do love fire. I make fires a lot.
I was fucking bored, man.
So anyway, I'm chasing Parker through this. It's kind of a small space, and obviously there's a lot of family there. It's a bat mitzvah. And then, yeah, Parker takes a sharp left, and so he's like around a corner. I take that same sharp left after him and run right into the girl whose bat mitzvah it was, into her grandma. And like my forehead just like connected like right on the bridge of her nose. She was wearing glasses, and she just goes, "Oh, you monster!"
Monster.
Yeah. And I just started crying. Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't even mean to push that. And I just started crying. And I ran to the bathroom. And then it was like this big awkward thing because like everyone then came to the bathroom to check on me. And I was just in there like crying. And everyone's like, "It's okay, Paul. Like you could come out." And I was like, "Okay."
An old lady's nose, Paul. He was chasing me. I was too quick for him. That's just what
You
it
were.
was.
You were an agile little guy, you know?
God.
I'm little, I'm short.
Yeah, you could
So
turn
funny.
quicker. Yeah, you could turn on a
I
dime.
made I saw then this is real. I remember I saw, it was at like a disco,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Schaumburg,
Mhm.
whatever. So there was like a railing on a raised ramp with like that you could scoot underneath.
I can totally picture it.
I took my chances as a short guy and just went down,
You Jackie
and
Chan it.
that's what happened. But I stopped dead in my tracks because that's when I heard the blood curdling scream of Lauren's grandmother screaming at you. And then I'll remember two things from you. If there's anything I remember, it's not going to be all of your music. It's not going to be all the beautiful things you do. It's not going to be your beautiful girlfriend. It's not going to be your cool life, hanging out with Tony Hawk and TK. You know.
TK's pretty funny.
It's I told my mom I wouldn't get in trouble, and you broke my nose, you monster.
You monster, yeah. Oh my God.
I've hung out with her after that, and her nose is
I've
fine.
got
For
them
everybody
tasty.
who's wondering, she was just fine.
She's fine.
She's fine.
Well, yeah, it was funny too. My dad picked me up, like, because the bus goes back to the synagogue, and then like all the parents picked us up, and then my dad was like, "How was it?" I was like, "Hey, it was cool." Like, oh well, so I was, I was running around, and I broke her grandma's nose, and he's like, "What?" You know, like what? Like, do we need to call? Like, you need to call the family, and you need to apologize. Like, it was like, I think I was just shell shocked by it.
There was a lot of shock. I remember that I had a miscommunication with my dad at that bar mitzvah. Thought he said that he was going to pick me up from the party, but he meant from the bus. So I stayed.
Oh,
They like closed around me.
Did you have a cell phone? Did we have cell phones then? You probably
No,
had.
dude, we were like, yeah, no, this was a while back.
Oh man, yeah, gosh, our poor parents.
So how long were you stuck there for?
I mean,
what felt like 14
it felt
hours?
like someone I think called Lauren's dad, and he came and got me.
Wow. But you're just like, you guys go ahead. He'll be here any
But
second.
then my dad's gonna pick me up.
Right.
I'll just be here weaving in and out and under all these poles.
Yeah. Practicing.
That was like, I was like, I'm good here, guys. I can like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Parkour.
I'll see you later. You're like swinging on the rafter.
I've never felt faster today. You know.
Oh my God.
It was quick.
Did you feel faster? Like, I'm just gonna ride this one out.
Yeah. A fast day.
You had like 4 Mountain Dews before you arrived.
Oh, dude.
You were ready.
Yeah, I don't think that I bet like kids now bar mitzvahs are like ripping jewels and shit, but we were like just like snorting pig.
Oh God, people did
Old
snort pixie
fashioned,
sticks.
good old.
Yeah. I
taking out
remember.
and snorting pixie sticks.
Were you? There was
I hadn't
someone's
thought
bat
about that in a
mitzvah
long
or
time.
bar mitzvah where like because the dessert plate or there was like always like a candy table that was there just like it was like a bouquet of candy, but like you can't touch it till dessert.
A buffet.
No, but it was like a bouquet. Is what I mean. Like it was like.
Sorry.
Give me that now. You know what I mean?
What's that?
Give me that shit like now. I don't want it when I'm 13. I don't appreciate it when I'm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if your parents sent me an invitation, it's like Paul's 30, like
Open bar.
candy and liquor party. Like,
Right. That's a party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way more fun.
But there was one where like they had all the giant pixie sticks, which like think about kids eating those things. Like we would eat like 3 of those. But anyway, like before dessert, Nick Bradford and I like would, and I feel like we had accomplices, maybe Ryan Crane, I don't know. But like we just started like stealing the dessert and hiding it under this one table. So like by the time dessert came, like we had a big chunk of the dessert already. And we had like all these pixie sticks. Like we would like stand and block and like while like one kid would like grab the giant pixie sticks and like put it down his pants and stuff. It was really exciting. But I don't remember whose bat mitzvah it was. Yeah, but this is like, it's like kids. We're not like, I bet kids nowadays are like doing blow and like ripping jewels and like being crazy.
No.
Depends where you are. In New York,
Dude, we on the patio at Hexe, we're like down the street from a high school. We like at one point, and I'm glad maybe it only ended because of COVID. We were like the place that kids who were ditching school would come. And they just sit there with like their packed lunch. their moms made them and just sit there and eat it. And I'd be like,
Go
oh,
to school.
like ask the younger baristas, like, can you go like talk to them or like tell them to get like ask them if they're okay or if they need something or tell them to get out or something. I don't know. But these
God.
kids are legitimate children, and then we're also next to the bus stop and on the way home from the high school, and they're like they're little, ripping jewels, man. Just all of them are smoking.
Crazy.
It's because they like make them all flavored like candy.
That's probably part of it. Yeah. They do
Good.
like,
That's
yeah,
like, I mean,
for sure.
we're going to get shut down. Before I was like, Big Sugar is going to shut this podcast down, but now it's going to be like,
Come at
Big
us.
Jewel.
Come after us, Big Jewel.
Dude, I'll
vape.
fucking
Yeah.
Vape.
Put them in their
Fucking-
place.
come at me or trade me a bunch of Jewel. Maybe I'll get into it.
Whoa. Hey. Yeah.
Gonna slang.
You're
You'll
like
sell,
Kramer. You're like Kramer. They're going to buy you with like a billboard. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I've got
You'll
your
see me on a
coffee,
bill-
croissant,
you'll see
and
me on
your
a
Jewel
billboard,
here.
like, two of them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They're like, what do you mean you took a deal? Like that one lawyer.
There's like a secret
Actually,
fold in your
actually,
packaging.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Have you had like a lot of or like unruly customers? Like I guess because you guys serve booze, but it's like a coffee shop. Like, do you ever get
Yeah,
have to
we're
throw
like-
people out?
So we try to be like, I really like cocktail bars, like the nice ones. Like you ever, I have never even like been to this place, but it's in my brain. Like I often like I'll picture myself sitting in this red velvet chair that goes around like that, like in a horseshoe.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wearing a suit, and it's dark, and I'm drinking a really good fucking cocktail. You know what I mean?
Is that did you just describe your happy place?
Yeah.
That's your happy place.
Nice.
That's
Okay.
it. Like I might be like maybe I'm in the lobby of a hotel and I'm waiting for my wife to get ready, but I'm looking good. I'm feeling good. Black Sabbath's playing.
Of
I'm
course,
drinking
as you do.
a fucking great fucking cocktail. That's what I'm trying to make. That's what my vision was, right? For the store. So Chicago's got an incredible cocktail bar scene, and being a coffee company, it's like really hard to like kind of let people know that we have alcohol. Excuse me. But so we're trying, we've got like we work really hard on the cocktail menu and trying to make it more of like a classy place. I mean, our neighborhood's like pretty nice that we're in. So, but the unruly customers are the ones that you wouldn't really expect. They're the it's these north side asshole dads who don't want to wear a mask, who think that this is their house, and they'll like move there's COVID happened, man. Like there are a lot of fucking rules, like
there's procedures.
but like we're pretty chill about it. Like don't move the tables, don't fuck with shit, and these guys think that they can just do whatever they want. So that's the unruly customer base. Like, and like we'll be like, hey, like, can you like people will come in, will walk in, and they'll be like, hi, how you doing? And we're like, oh, dude, like you made it all the way to the door with your mask.
Yeah.
But no, I mean it's been pretty easy. We have to, there are some. It's still the city, so there's like people who will like bring their own, smoking blunts and drinking on our patio. That we're like, hey, like, come on. They're pretty understanding. I'm, hey, all right, you got me. I'll move. We're not gonna do anything serious or drastic about it. But no, it's hopefully none of them are hearing this, but it's the entitled folk.
Yeah, the entitled folk.
It's not a cute look on anybody.
No.
It's so fucking obnoxious, dude. It's like they're like, oh, no, like it's okay. I'm like, no, it's not okay. Like We have to fuck it. We got to talk to 1,000 people this weekend.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Don't.
It's not just an empty
Oh, and it's like if we let one thing
action.
happen, so we're a bakery too, and we had this.
I've seen some of those pastries. I want them so bad.
Dude, I had to cut it out. I'm almost 2 weeks off of Hexe pastry.
Oh my gosh. Can you send your supply here?
Oh wait.
Yeah, I'll figure out a way to send it to you. It's ridiculous. It's really good. Like,
Yeah, so good. So
like
creative too.
breakfast for me for like a good 4 months was like fresh cup of coffee and like piece of banana bread, like that big. Like that's of all the things. I don't know why the banana bread has like got bananas in it.
It's got bananas. I wonder how many pixie sticks that is.
Yeah.
You know?
It's 4 of those big ones that Paul
Yeah.
was for some reason shoving down his pants.
Yeah. He was.
We just wanted them.
What were you like? Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
like,
I think it was just fun.
Going home at night and like pulling that pixie.
Yeah.
See, I don't know. I feel like it was all for he was wilding out there because you wouldn't have brought those home. If you brought them home, Rose could have found them.
Well,
Yeah, like Rose's
I
customs.
mean, it's not like
You have anything
yeah, I would have never made it through customs. No, like, I think it was just exciting to like be doing like a heist. It just felt kind of heisty, and that was just the excitement of it. We didn't even care. I don't even think we ate them.
like-
We just wanted to be like, yeah, we stole stuff.
And can you
There was
steal something?
there
you
was
were gonna
always
be
a
offered?
heist bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? And then there was one that went just tragic.
Right.
I know. I was thinking of that one too.
What you talking
The
about?
one that almost.
I got blamed for that and actually had the police come to the school because one of the people who were involved with that said that I had a bomb in my locker.
What?
With
No, I didn't realize all that.
We're talking about at Brett's bar mitzvah.
Yes.
The fire.
The fire in the bathroom.
So
Fire in the
Jeff got
bathroom.
blamed for it. You got blamed
What?
for it also? Didn't Jeff get blamed for it too?
So Jeff was like the key witness because he was taking a dump.
Key witness because he was taking a dump.
Jeff was the second victim, other than Brett's family. It
Right.
was like, yeah, because
Right.
Jeff was taking a poo.
Wow. Jeff was at the ground zero.
Jeff was at ground zero of the fire, and it was
Oh my gosh.
I guess I mean I don't know.
Don't say last names. You can use first.
Well,
Okay. One of the Erics and one of the Matts of our.
names. We know which one. Yeah. So Eric and Matt actually did it. But so what? But they got in trouble, and then they said no. It was Parker Slade,
They
and
said
he
it
has
was
a
me.
bomb.
We both,
I mean,
like,
you
of
wear a
course-
lot of black, so you had it coming. You had like the tough guy. I listened to,
No.
I'm
I was in my. I was trying to go. I was like trying to be cool and wear like a fedora.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say this is
The
this is
fedora
earlier.
phase.
This is early. Okay. I'm sorry.
fedora.
Forgive me.
I was trying to
Forgive me.
figure out who I was.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. Classic.
Yeah. So they said it was they and like fucking respect for like getting their story straight and blaming. Unfortunately, it was me who they blamed. But like that's some mobster shit, and I fucking respect it. Like they're like it was Parker.
You
like,
had to tip your fedora to him, because they.
I was like,
Did it give you
I
street
took
cred?
the
Like, did you
feather out, I
get
was like, good job, kids.
Yeah.
So wait,
pretty good kid? Yeah, you flicked him a nickel.
Yeah,
Like-
give him a cigarette.
So wait, the police came to.
The police. So Matt. We won't. That's just. Matt said it was me, and I guess put on like this big show to his family that I, with all of it, I guess emotions were running high. He told his parents that I was like bad news, and that I told him that I made bombs, and that I had the bombs in my locker. So
you know what? He's in journalism, so he just has he was just doing creative writing a little
It was
too
creative.
early.
The other guy I like expected it from because whatever, but like Matt, I always liked Matt, and but yeah, I like remember like walking the hall and seeing like 3 cop cars at the school and being like, that's weird.
This is in our middle school.
And then all of a sudden, like I'm in health class and Mr. Hoy,
Hoy? No T, right? Just Hoy.
Mr.
Hoy.
Hoy, and like Parker, your mom's here and like they want to talk to you. And like my mom was like crying in the office and a bunch of people, and they're like, we need to search your lock. I got like straight up like terrorism searched at 12 years old.
And they found like 2 fedoras, 1,200 pixie sticks wrappers.
They found 7 pixie sticks.
You're like,
They found all the pixie sticks. Got me.
Well, it was also like a year after 9/11, so maybe it was even crazier than.
So being so close up to 9/11, like they should have probably like upped the fucking seriousness of it.
yeah, like the school is about to blow up.
Deerfield's finest. Like,
a school's about to blow up, but let's call his mom first, you know?
Put Officer fucking Marcy. Right. Let's put Officer Friendly Marcy on the case.
Yeah, let's get Officer Keith in here.
Yeah.
Or what was the fireman Keith?
Oh, gosh.
Fireman Keith and Officer Marcy.
I don't remember Officer Marcy. He was like a tall white gentleman, right?
Officer Marcy.
Officer Marcy was like a young kind of...
Officer Marcy.
In my brain, kind of hot.
That's how I kind of remember her.
Female cop.
Oh, it was a girl.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember her at all.
Yeah.
She's probably, she's probably teaching the kids about like, don't smoke crack.
Don't smoke jewels in the future.
Smoke jewels. That's what they're worried about now.
Yeah, probably.
They are.
Yeah.
I know. I wonder what the campaign is.
Guava mango jewels and we'll stop smoking them.
Seriously.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fair argument. It's tough when it becomes like, should they legally be allowed to make mango flavored jewels because kids like them? It's tough, like, should they legally be allowed to do that? Like, I don't know that should be against the law, but then you have like, that's what makes kids want to do it.
Right. But like, should they be legally allowed to make the flavors they want? Yeah, because like, I'm a goddamn adult and I love mango.
Right.
But I think that like the people who are selling to kids should be penalized.
Yeah, definitely.
It's the same thing with cigarettes. I mean, like look at the back in the day, I'm watching this Formula One show. You can do like, I'm not gonna do free advertising for Netflix,
but go for it.
If they want it. It's the best show I've ever seen.
Wow.
You look at all these old Formula One cars, they show them like clips from back in the day, like every car had a cigarette ad on it. There was a camel car, there's a marble car, remember like going through old magazines back in the day, it's like how many advertisements do you see like of these like
oh yeah, they're so cool,
very attractive people smoking a cool cigarette.
Or
like Camel Joe, the cartoon camel, right?
Dude, that guy was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
He's the best pool player of all time and he's a camel.
Yeah.
Fucking thumbs.
Right.
Yeah, it was so intense.
He had to go
those
all
marketing
hoof.
campaigns.
He was all hoof.
He was all hoof. He was all hoof, and he was kicking your
all
fucking
hoof
out.
And chutzpah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough thing. I don't know what you do with that, like as far as legislation, or do you just teach kids not to do it? But do you feel like Dare sort of told us like what drugs were? Like. Because they were like,
yeah, I had no idea about like they're like you're gonna see these little pieces of paper with fun little things.
Right? Yeah, like nobody offered me like cocaine or acid or any of these things. I mean, cocaine. Nobody ever offered me cocaine until I was like 22 or something. Like then, so they didn't need to tell me about it when I was 8. Like.
Right. I mean, like maybe like demographically it makes sense, but like choose your fucking audience. Like they should probably, I mean, our school had it's like, run into bad shit, but like maybe they should have focused more on alcohol and not so much on acid.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that probably would have been better.
Yeah, or like PCP. They're like, if you smoke PCP, like you'll jump out the window and think you could fly.
I would not know where the fuck to find PCP at the age of fucking 14.
Yeah.
I couldn't find it now.
Yeah. It would be tough.
How
many phone calls do you think you'd have to make before you could get some PCP?
3.
3. That's pretty good.
I would have to make 1, but then another person would have.
Right. You're 3 degrees away from PCP.
Yeah, I'm comfortable.
I bet. Yeah,
We all know
I might be
someone.
3. I might be 3. Maybe
I'm
it's like
in a-
Kevin Bacon. We're all 3 degrees away from.
I'm in a
PCP.
new city, so I don't feel 3 degrees away from it. At least not
But maybe
here.
you're 4. Because you just need to talk to Paul, and he can call one
Right.
guy.
Ooh,
So then
that's true.
it just adds a degree. That's
That's
true. If I'm
true.
3, you're 4. Yeah, that's a very good point.
Yeah, you're just 1 degree away. But if you know someone who can get like, first you gotta be like, all right, who do I know that can get weed? All right.
Which that's always so stressful when you move to a new town and you don't live in a state with medical like options
Which we all
or
do
recreational,
now.
I should say. Yeah, when did that start in Chicago?
I don't know. You know, I quit smoking weed a long time ago.
I think I
so
did know
don't
that.
know.
Good for you.
I
Why-
mean, thanks. Just have a minor drinking problem.
Well, why did you quit? Were you just not enjoying it anymore?
I, going to school in Colorado in 2019, like, it was everywhere, That's all we did.
2009. You mean 2009?
What'd I say?
2019.
No, that was a couple of years ago.
That was like,
Yeah. You're just a decade off there. That's all right.
Yeah, it's all good.
I know.
2009. Jesus.
We all feel young.
I have a barista who's at our shop that's 22. She's closer in age to our manager's daughter than she is to our manager.
Mm.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about this the other day. Not to be jumping around too much, but like for a kid right now to be talking about the 90s is like us in the 90s talking about the 60s. So like us in the 90s talking about it's 30 years. The 1992 was 30 years ago. So when we were in 1994 dressing as like I'm gonna be a hippie for
As
Halloween.
Janis Joplin.
Yeah, like that's the same time difference.
That's fucked.
I know we're
A
old.
really good way to think about it.
It's crazy, huh?
Yeah, that's fun.
But then get the second part of this argument.
Which is what?
Just that the technological advances in this period are
yeah.
actually so much more
Yeah, so those 30 years are
efficient.
actually even more because
these last 30 years.
the
put
world
us
changes
further apart.
exponentially. So 30
Yeah.
years,
So what, are you saying it's worse?
yeah, it's even worse.
Us
You could
being
argue.
older?
I mean,
You could
think
argue
about
it.
right now it's 2022. However you view 1922, like as sort of like behind the times
20
as
what?
1922 was, 22 will look at us and they'll think of us as sort of farther behind than we think of 1922. Does that make sense? Because the change will be even greater.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So like think about 1922, like you're going to think about like 1850. Like that's what we'll look like when people look back in 100
What do you
years.
think of when you think 1850?
I don't know. Fucking
1850?
Yeah.
no cars. Like
I don't even. Are there any like great, like historical?
well, the Civil War was like the 1870s or something. So
60s.
yeah, 1860s.
Okay.
So we're leading up to the Civil War. So you still have slavery in 1850.
Slavery.
Slavery. That's the
Mhm.
big one. Jesus.
That's what we think of. That's bad.
Agreed.
Isn't it crazy how
Big
that's
time
not
agreed.
that long ago either? It's like
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
it's less than 200 years ago. I mean, it's like 3 generations.
Yeah, it's very easy. to-
Slavery. We're not even talking about like Jim Crow, like slavery.
Slavery.
Mhm, it's
What
Cool.
the fuck?
Okay.
Cool. So,
Anyway.
so
That was a really big like a mood booster.
Yeah. So speaking of slavery, no, I don't know where you go
I
from there.
know.
Well,
Well-
what were we talking about before? Oh, the legal weed, and so you
Why I
quit
quit
weed. Yeah. Why did you
smoking
quit smoking?
yeah, I made a bad joke about when you moved to a new town, you can't find a dealer.
This was something I was like so embarrassed about for so long, especially like meeting my wife, and at the time I met her, we were fresh out of. This is 20.
I don't even think we could trust you. Whatever year
What
you
year,
say.
what
it is.
year were we? 21, 2011, 2012 is when. If I were to graduate college, I would have graduated college.
Yeah, I graduated in 12.
Okay. Thank you. You are again hotter and cooler than all. of us. Now smarter.
Yeah.
So I spent 4 years in Colorado just smoking weed, drinking. The drinking wasn't even a thing. I didn't even like, I was living in Fort Collins, Colorado, which is like the craft beer capital of the country. And I didn't even like that shit. I just wanted to smoke weed all the time. And I'm not the kind of person, and I know there are these kind of people, but I'm not the kind of person that can smoke pot and be productive. So I smoked weed all the time with my roommate Marcus. Marcus, I love you. But yeah, I did not finish college. My grades were so horrible, I left. And I started working, and I was still smoking a little bit of weed. And then when I quit, and 2 weeks later, I started roasting coffee. I mean, that was like,
Wow.
and I haven't looked back. I am not the kind of person that can do it. So many of my friends, so many people I work with that are like my like the best people at my company, probably honestly, all the people at Hexe Coffee smoke an immense amount of weed. Like they just like they're fantastic, and they can get it done, and they can show up, and they can think clear. I can't. But yeah, I just I choose not to.
Good for you.
And then actually, like, my wife Jordan and I were given some gummies a little while ago, like maybe a few months ago, and like we're an old married couple. Let's try this.
Mm-hmm.
And we were watching this show, Naked and Afraid. Have you
Love
guys seen
it,
that?
of course.
That show's great. Jordan was like straight up like freaking out about what was happening on the TV. Like, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? And I was just I let a brand new tank of propane burn out on the grill.
Oh my gosh.
Fell asleep. It was just, it's not me.
Gosh.
I
Yeah,
just-
not you.
You can't keep it together.
Yeah, we are not the types of people that can keep it together. So,
Well,
Good on you,
speaking
though,
of
for making the
Jordan,
change.
send my love. I felt bad. She came up earlier and I didn't like say like
Just
go
walked in
Jordan
the door.
hi. You know what I mean? But
Just
I meant
walked
I
in the
wanted
door.
to.
She's here now.
Hi Jordan.
Jordan.
Nice to see you.
Hi guys.
How you doing?
I'm all sweaty from yoga.
Nice.
nice.
Did you teach a class?
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah,
Out in the park or back in the studio?
no, I was in the studio.
Nice. Cool. Have you been teaching in the studio for long?
Since February.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that's when you guys could go back.
Yeah, that's when. That's when they actually reopened. They opened like over the summer, and then they closed again, like around the holidays, and then they reopened in February. So that's when I went back.
Okay, cool. I'm sure it
Yeah.
feels good to be back.
Yeah, it's so nice. I mean, everyone's still masked up and everything and spread out, and they have like capacity limits and stuff, but like just nice to be back with people in person. And
Definitely. Cool.
Yeah, that's
I
awesome.
know. I'm glad we're finally getting to that point.
yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
it's
Like a little bit of normal in our lives.
A little bit.
yeah, like going somewhere to do something. Like even just that, like that's become foreign.
Totally.
What's little Georgie up to right now?
She's sleeping
Oh,
next to us.
Cute.
Yeah, it's like crazy you'd say like just going to do something like it's kind of like I don't know if this is like a good or bad thing, but it's like gotten people to like really just appreciate going to do
100%.
the smallest thing. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
can now like meet up. I mean, you probably shouldn't, unless you're all vaccinated. But like, like people are getting a little more comfortable, like especially the weather's breaking. Like you can go meet up with a couple people, like with more people in the park, and go sit out, and you can go to a yoga class, you can go to a bar, sit outside, like all this stuff. I mean, just like having that go on in a place like Chicago, where the weather is so like.
Well, it was like weirdly 80 degrees today. I don't know if you're.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a little sunburn going here.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
I see it.
Get my tan on.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It definitely gives you appreciation of things like that. Like,
I think so. It'll like make people want to spend money on concert tickets and shows and like all the things that they just couldn't do
Yeah.
and kind of
Ravinya's coming back.
the venues you said.
Ravinia.
oh, really? Nice.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh my God, I don't know, but like that's so classic, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Those
those
outdoor
venues
shows.
to be able to go to, like you can actually space out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ravinia seems like it's perfect for the pandemic because
Mm-hmm.
you're like just sitting out in a lawn. It's like being at the park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, what are we looking at?
Before it's
2 more
playing.
months max of like before
Who's
we're all
playing?
vaccinated?
Oh, sorry.
Who?
Sorry.
You go ahead, Christine.
No, I know it's fine. I was just gonna say there's only like 2 more months before we're essentially gonna be all vaccinated.
That's like the prediction or the schedule.
That's the schedule.
That makes for a banging summer.
Yeah, we got to figure it out. It's not like open enrollment for us yet in California, but it will be soon. Like,
Good.
Yeah. And you got yours, didn't you?
I got both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Jordan, were you able to or no? Because,
I got one.
okay,
I'm waiting for my next one.
cool.
Did they mess you guys up at all? How'd you react to it?
Horribly.
Oh,
He was bad. On his second one, the first one you were fine.
First one I was good. The second one was like I
Fever, chill.
woke up to like go to work the next day. Didn't help that I had drank that night before.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Did?
Yeah. On the patio.
Oh, I just remember
Yeah.
you like right before we went to bed. You were like, "Ooh, I feel like shit,"
So yeah.
and then you were up all night.
I had to drive up I drove to Peoria to get it.
Oh, wow.
God. What
To
is
get
that?
the shot.
6 hours? 4 hours?
No.
How far is that?
It's like 2 hours.
No, it's 3. It was 3 hours there and 3 hours back.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
like,
As a kid,
2.5
that seemed
minutes.
so far. I used to go there to
No.
play
What was that,
soccer.
6 hours?
It's another world, Peoria. Yeah.
Maybe, like, maybe
Peoria, are you
round-
kidding?
round trip we can call it 6 hours for suspense.
Yeah, okay. Thanks.
But yeah, so I got back at like noon to work, and I was like, I was helping out, I was working, I was feeling pretty good, and then I went to bed, and then the next morning I woke up again to go to work Sunday morning, and like it fell right. I just like literally fell down
Oh
Oh,
God.
wow.
back into bed, and I was like, no, and I moved down to the couch, just like horrible like chills, sweating, blanket on, blanket off,
Mhm.
dizzy,
Mm.
wanting to vomit, couldn't do anything.
When Parker's like really, he doesn't get sick a lot, but when he does, he like
It's,
he really likes to milk it.
Oh,
I was being
little-
extreme dramatic, like. know.
I can't picture that at all.
Yeah, so it sucked, and then but then like Monday morning I woke up and I was good.
Fine.
Good.
That
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. The peace of mind is just like crazy. Like when you like walk into a place and you like see your friend at a bar, or like a friend comes into Hexe and they're like, we both have our masks on, and they say like, I'm vaccinated. And I'm like, oh, I'm vaccinated too.
Nice.
You know, it's like a good feeling. We're
Yeah.
not like making out or anything, but
Cool. We can
but
make
you
out.
could.
Yeah,
could.
you
But we
could if you
could
wanted.
if we wanted to.
Yeah, that's the
You always
important
want the
part.
option. I'd like to be able to make out with anybody.
In
you
this
know?
country,
Like,
we
It's,
like our
really
freedom.
good to have the option.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Don't
No
put
doubt.
don't put these walls around me. I like I've had this question in my head for a while as we've been talking. Like, I just want to ask you, like, the managing people is a different skill. You know, like roasting coffee is one thing, like starting a business, but then managing people is like on its own a completely different skill. That seems like you have a knack at, or you know, like you're doing it. Like, were there a lot of learning curves with that?
Bye,
Great
Jordan.
to see you, Jordan.
Good to see you.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So yeah, I mean, it's like with anything else. Like when I started roasting coffee, like I did not have the skill, you know. just trial and error, trial and error. Starting the business itself, like I had no fucking idea what I was doing. Just kind of going for it, seeing what sticks, just throwing everything at the wall, seeing what sticks. And then when it came time to open, the next thing was like building the team. And it's like looking back, I could have done it so differently, and it probably would have been a more like on paper better, like stronger team on paper. But like what we built with all these people from the beginning, we don't have all the people we started with, and half the team is they are all new hires. But when it comes to like managing them, it's kind of strange. Like I'm not the oldest person there. Some of the, I see every single one of them as a peer.
Sure.
They're not like I heard one of the girls, she was like talking to her mom on the phone. She's like, sorry, my boss was asking me something. I was like, boss? I was like, fuck, yeah, I guess that's me. And I like was like laughed about it, but like I never went to business school. I don't know. I never worked in a restaurant. I don't know what a manager's supposed to do. I don't know. I worked in manufacturing before, and that was just pretty much just like paperwork and making sure that everyone. It was kind of like managing, just like making sure that everything got done, but I didn't really have to say anything to anyone. But I guess I just sort of look at everyone as part of. I guess I'm the coach. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm the coach. Not the quarterback. I've got this team, and I've got to just get everyone to work well together. If they're like, sometimes it's a babysitting job.
Sure.
People just don't get along. Oh, so and so didn't do this. So and so did this. Oh, well, you let them get away with this, and it's like, holy hell! Like, and then I just look at the manager. It's like you just like. What you talk
the manager problem.
Yeah.
Owner
You
has
Take
to
this
exit.
ball and run with it.
Yeah, owner
But
out.
at the same time, it's like before we had this manager Dan, like that was me. So
And
mostly
Dan is married to Scarlett, is that right?
different Dan. But
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Dan is married to Scarlett, but this Dan is Mr. Manager.
Okay.
We just say manager.
You just say manager. Mr. Manager. But yeah, but at the same time, it's like everyone. It's a lot of yes, they are my employees. Yes, I am their boss. Yes, I'm their manager, but they're my friends. We can joke around with each other. They can come to me with the most ridiculous issues. But yeah, I still expect everyone, get your work done. And once
Sure.
everyone does though. I mean, everyone's doing such a good job that I don't need to like. It seems like
Play
being
the
the
bad
manager,
cop.
being the boss is just like kind of fun. It's like because everyone's doing what they need to do, and everyone I've hired. Yeah, that's what Joy was just saying. Like everyone's like they have experience.
Right. So you surrounded yourself with good people. You approach it with some humility, it sounds like, which is great.
Yeah,
and you just kind of like
course.
keep it going.
Yeah, and like I personally interview. I'm the first interview that you have to get by.
Are you the tough interview or are you the harder interview?
Are you kidding?
I'm the fucking easy one.
Are you kidding? He's like a human teddy bear, Parker.
Yeah, I would love to interview with you.
Yeah, I'm the fucking. If you get by me, you get your second interview. But like your interview with me is like I'll ask a couple of work related questions, but like I'll just see how you are as a person. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, are you going to work well with this team that we've put together?
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna be like? Are you gonna piss this person off? Are you gonna piss this person off? Like, And if you piss if you piss one person off, you're pissing off the whole team.
the
You know what I mean?
whole crew.
Yeah, and it's like a pretty like what we put together is this like extremely well-oiled machine. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's like little things here and there, like someone doesn't want to take the fucking trash out, you know. But that's just like a quick sit down. That's just like a like, hey, like
Take the trash out.
I don't have to do a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Take the trash out, you know.
That's a great point that you
Let
said.
you
Like,
make it work. Just go do it.
uh-huh.
You know?
You could have done it already. Like, we didn't have to do this. Yeah.
For the amount of time we've taken to talk about you taking the trash out, like the trash will be long gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's a good point you said about it's like personalities is a big thing to it, you know, like maybe someone is super qualified, but like I know like that person and I need that person, like they're not going to like you or something like that. Like it's just not going to work for some weird reason, maybe even, but like, so it's not worth it for you to throw that wrench in, you know,
Right.
like
you could be the best barista I've ever seen. You can make like, you could be the fastest, most efficient person in the world, but if you're a total dick,
It's not gonna work.
like we don't. I don't need that, and maybe that my lack of experience might be helping me. Like
It's an unpretentious approach you have towards it.
you know, we're just trying to like. This needs to be like a good place for people to work and like people who work here to feel comfortable and happy. That all projects onto the customer. You know what I mean?
No
like,
doubt.
You walk into also like first of all, we're playing fucking like heavy rock and roll and metal. I've got fucking like witches and devils and dead animals
Framed
everywhere.
tarantulas, yeah.
Yeah, I've got like dead bats hanging from the bar, like
mm-hmm.
you know, it could and then you look at like the coffee culture these days. It's like if you're I never went to coffee bars before, but like I know that there's this like pretension or like there's like the pretentiousness of the baristas that you walk in, you're like people are afraid to ask for stuff.
Yeah, you don't even
when
know.
I was doing the
how
festivals, we would give people cold brew and they're like, is it okay if I put milk in this? And I was like, you fucking paid for it. You can do whatever you want.
yeah. You can pee in it.
How
if
do you
want.
take your coffee?
Well,
Yeah.
if you can ask me to pee in it.
Yeah.
I'll pee in it.
Yeah. We're here for you, pal.
Whatever you want. Yeah. So that's like the whole thing. Like if you have like I've gotten into arguments with, you know, one of our head managers, like she and I are the best of friends, but like we'll get into it sometimes and it shows. And like I feel like the customers can tell. So we've been like, you know, if there's ever anything that's going on, it's like just like walk to the back, have a quick chat, get it out. It's just real life. That's all it is. It's not like, you know, I don't know that like if other people are complicating it and like toxic work environment, but like I don't want any of that.
Yeah.
I built this place to be a place that I want to go to.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good approach.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. And we'll let you go soon here. I mean, I've told you this before, but I'm impressed by you. I'm proud of you. Like, it's
I'm
amazing.
proud of you too.
I talk about you guys all the time.
Oh, get out of here.
I'm attached
I swear
to
God,
that.
are you kidding?
That's sweet.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
I'm flattered to be
I'll
included
take
in
it.
that.
That's exciting. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to react to it.
Both of you guys. I mean, like, Christine, I look at your fucking art and your photos, and like, you just like, Christine, you fucking just like take, and like, this is like such a, like a lame like phrase that I use, but like, you jump all the time. Like, you fucking take chances, man. It's fucking rad. It's so rad. Like,
thank you.
Not everyone fucking does that. You know what I mean?
Aw, thanks, Parker.
Take a big chance, right?
I do. I like to mix things up a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. I don't stay settled for long. I'm still kind of like finding my way, trying new things. But yeah.
You're fucking hungry. It's good. It's like so many people, and I feel like a lot of people that we grew up with, like not like our friends or anything, but like the environment we were raised in, it's like People are just like content and that's it. You know what I mean? But it's like, take the chance, take the jump, like go do fucking some, like get your voice out there, and you're doing it. And Paul,
man.
Jesus Christ, like
Oh, well,
that's a fucking example right there. Paul Brisky, like
Seriously, I know it's
seriously, like you
talk about
fucking
contagious energy. He's just so
big time, dude.
yeah.
I mean, contagious energy that's a whole other thing about Paul. Are you kidding? Like Paul walks into a room, the fucking
yeah, right.
it lights up. Everyone's so happy to fucking see you. When
It's
he
true.
comes to
Everybody
town,
loves
it's
Paul.
like it's like Paul's in town.
Oh, come on.
When I was thinking about this podcast, I was like, I've done like I've done like podcasts with people like I don't know, but I'm like, this is just like a conversation with Paul.
hmm
It's a hang.
I mean, I hope that like I gave you enough of what you wanted to talk about, but I just
Oh, this
started
is
having
awesome,
so
dude.
much, I just started having so much fun talking to you guys.
Definitely. I know
Same,
we
that's the
haven't we
idea.
haven't gotten a chance to connect in so long, and that's like the best part of this
know.
for sure. It's just
Yeah.
gives you an excuse to catch up, and I don't know. It's talk about like the just physical finding your voice. I mean, there's reasons I guess not to do a podcast. I'm like, oh, I'm looking for a job, you know. What if people hear it and they don't like it? You know, there's all sorts of like reasons not to do things, but we're going for it, and that means we need to have friends who play along. So thank
I
you.
think that's so great, and I think like like whatever, like definitely keep this up. This has like been like the source of my. Sorry, I've like drank so much wine that I keep burping.
It's okay.
My morning entertainment for the last 5 years has been like 70% like Paul Christine.
What?
What?
Yeah. Like, okay, when you were doing your show,
Boyfriends.
Boyfriends,
Yeah.
dude,
That was
that shit was
pretty hysterical.
fucking hilarious.
Thanks.
I love that stuff. And I like to spend a good like 10 minutes before I get out of bed. Like it helps me wake up. My alarm goes off. I'll pull my phone out and like I think everyone does this, right?
Yeah.
You like
It
look
kind of
at the
wakes
phone.
you up. It like wakes up
Yeah.
your brain. It's
Wake
weird.
it up. Like I'm not gonna just like jump out of bed and like hop in the shower unless I'm like running late. I have somewhere to be. So it went from that to like Paul's got a new music video out. I'm like, well, Paul's now it's like Paul and Christine's podcast is out. And it's like I love watching the little clips, and like even like one of the baristas at Hexe went to Deerfield High School.
Mm.
Zach Dickstein.
Okay,
Of course.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam Dickstein's little brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Works at Hexe Coffee.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, he's a good kid. And he's like, you got a shout out on Paul Brisky's podcast.
Oh my gosh, that's
Wow.
so funny.
Well,
Yeah,
shout out to
he's
Zach Dickstein. Thanks
Oh,
for
man.
listening. Holy shit.
Oh, I know it's
He's like, you had a waterbed? And I was like, I did have a waterbed.
Yeah. Who were we talking about? Was that with Jeff? We were talking about the
I think
waterbed?
it was with
Jordan, maybe? Yeah.
It's so funny. It's like sometimes, you know, I see who's watching like on Instagram and stuff, but I don't ever really fully let that digest of like who's actually listening to this, who's really watching. Like I never, so it's interesting to, you know, have a name come up and be like, oh, they watch. But you know what, that's so true though. Like, cause we did, right when COVID started, they were doing the comment down below when like he still lived in his last house and making songs through
It was
those
a That
calls.
Kid Is You show. It was like we would just make a song in a day with somebody.
And they called me when I was still living in Tucson. And anyways, after that video went out, I heard from like a random friend, like random acquaintance that lives in London and like back and forth between London and Lagos, Nigeria. So, you know,
What?
like on the other side of the world. And he's like, I can't believe this popped up in my news feed today. Like I was cracking up that it was you. And
I fucking know that girl.
I know. And I just like, I was
crazy,
like, how
man.
did it, you know, I kind of figured it would reach, you know, our friends' little brothers or like, you know, I figured like it would reach you. Yeah. But to then imagine it's going to hit somebody on the other side of the world that's like so far out of this circle was kind of surprising.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It
I
is
mean,
cool.
like, you get, like what I love and respect so much, like I know like a lot of people that have gone for it, you know, and I'm sure both of you know a lot of people have gone for it too, but like it takes fucking hard work. It takes determination. It takes grit. Like it not everything works all the time. You know what I mean?
No.
And like you're doing it, and it's
We're
working.
doing it. We're doing something.
We're doing something, yeah.
It's fucking working. I mean, in my opinion, it's working. I think you guys are like, I don't know, fucking awesome.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you, Parker.
You guys are great personalities.
You know, I'm just
Oh, well,
gonna
thank
sit a
you.
little while longer and see what other compliments you come up with. But really,
I do feel like
thank
there's
you.
a little momentum here, and I think having this show has sort of helped that. Like we already kind of had, like we're making music, we're doing this, we're doing that. Like you're making all this cool art and shit, but having this podcast has been kind of like it like rooted it in the ground almost, like you know, like put like stakes in the ground for like as we're growing all this stuff. I don't know. I feel really good about this podcast, and it's funny too. Like is like Zach Dickstein listening. Like I get more excited about like that one listener than like, you know, if I'm working with Steve and like we get like we do something like it's like so many views. Like I get more excited about like 10 listens on this versus on that. You know, like just because like this is like our thing. You know, like it's our
fans, but like it's actually people that care about you. Like everyone thinks this is so cool, and the people that know you think it's so cool, so it's gonna get out there that it is so cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Well,
that's dope.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think this will be a thing we look back on and be like, I'm glad we started doing that then, because you know, I think eventually this will be a big thing.
At least it'll like chronicle our lives. It's hard to keep years in order, you know. It's
Yeah,
like now
true.
this little clip show along the way.
Really good point.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, when was it? Pre or post episode 10? I know around then, you know.
So we
Yeah, for
interviewed
sure.
We interviewed Parker in 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Parker year was 21.
Check the tape. It's all there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I hope I hit the points.
Oh,
the
you
notes that
delivered.
everyone-
You
This
delivered.
is great, dude. This was
full,
so fun.
You always
I love
deliver
this.
full flavor excellence.
Yeah, everybody check out Hexe Coffee.
Yeah,
And I gotta order more coffee.
Yeah, we are.
I'm gonna send you like so much stuff.
Oh,
We've got a new tagline.
Oh, what's
you
the
do.
tagline?
What's the tagline?
Coffee and other bullshit.
Oh, I like
I like it. I like
Coffee
it.
and other
So
bullshit.
that's gonna be on like everything.
I actually,
Great.
yeah.
Dude, I would love to have it all.
Hey, and you know, not
I
to
know,
say
you
this,
fucking support it like a motherfucker too.
not to say
I'm
this
proud. I'm
like
proud to support it.
before I buy it, but the last time I was on your website, there's a shirt I want, and I've been meaning to get it. It was only $16. You got to raise the price, man.
But wait till she buys it.
Wait till I buy it, but then raise the t-shirt price.
Which shirt was it?
I don't even know. It might have been on sale or something, but I just saw it and I'm like, sometimes I buy like,
Yeah.
I always feel guilty about it, but the overpriced t-shirts, like I bought shirts for like $40 easy.
Your shit's just cool. Like I was gonna wear my Hexa shirt, but like it's dirty, you know, like because I wore it a few
live
days
it.
ago. Like I wear it all the time, you know.
I've seen like pictures of you like on the internet, and it's like you're just in the corner, but like I see that little like.
Yeah.
Nice, yeah.
When we were,
But your shit's cool too. So like,
Access shirt.
we've got some pictures. What'd you say? My shirt? What?
No,
This
I didn't
shirt.
say.
Okay. I was going to say when we were in India, I just like wanted to talk about this shirt. It's really cool. It has a bunch of girls'
What is it?
names on it. It's like they're all lifting each
Yeah.
other up.
You're
It's
like a Lou
kinda
Bega
cute.
song.
Like Rose is on here. She's like right here, Rose.
there she is.
Yeah. Anyways,
But
but
Lou Bega. It's a Lou Bega song.
You're
yeah.
You're wearing a Lou Bega song.
sure. I don't know who that
A
is.
little bit of
Mama
Rose.
number 5 is like a little bit of
Oh,
Martha Carol.
yeah.
Anyway, sorry. What were you saying about India?
It just felt like such a photo op when we were in India. We were at this amazing restaurant, like right at the beach, and having like a 12-course meal that cost us like it was so affordable and delicious and fresh. It was amazing.
And you did a photo shoot with Jordan.
Yeah,
wearing the
Jordan
shirt.
just had the Hexa shirt on, and it's like him, and then he is on his back, and I'm like taking all these pictures of like him looking at the ocean. Honestly, we need to get them to you.
Yeah, get me these.
Not like
photos.
your branding
Yeah.
needs any help at all, but
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
These
Like,
models.
I love
Yeah,
you know.
Jordan. reps.
When my friends do cool things, it's cool to support it and sport it and stuff like that. But it isn't always like also it looks cool, you know, like your shit. I love the designs and like it's a shirt I would just wear even if I didn't know you, you know, like it's styling.
Yeah, they're
and
really
then I
cool.
also get to be like, you know, sporting, like helping my bro, you know, or I don't know if I'm helping, but you know, supporting. And,
No, I
and
think
being
it's healthy.
supportive.
I think it's pretty fucking awesome. I remember like one time, man, this was like so long ago. You like posted just our logo on your Instagram.
Mm.
Like, check out my friend's coffee shop. Like, I think we were like having a sale.
Mm-hmm.
And this was on like getting 5 orders was exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Like 20 orders.
Woo.
No way. Wow.
Do you send it to?
Yeah.
How often are you sending to Norway? Cough, cough. Ryan Copeland.
We can't figure out how to do it.
Oh, really? Because he seems.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, buy like $5 worth of stuff. I'll send you like $100.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, it's something. There's some weird shit.
Tariff or something. But you were
Yeah.
keeping track of all of the states you sent it to. Is that right? Was that
Yeah.
you, or am I making that up?
I don't know if maybe.
Okay,
mean,
I might
maybe-
be mixing it up. I just remember I worked like with coffee shops in the past too. I think maybe it was them if it wasn't you, but
They had like a map and they were like keeping
yeah,
track.
like new
that
roasters.
That was not me.
Okay.
Maybe
It's kind of a
so,
cute
like-
idea though to like see like, and I remember they were like stoked that they finally had an excuse to send it to Hawaii. They were like, that was a hard one, you know, and then
Yeah.
we're kind of just paying attention to it that way.
I've sent it to like Poland,
Mm.
which is cool. It's like sometimes it's so weird because like it's like a pain in the ass to like enter in the order information.
Sure, because the address is like listed all differently.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're like, is
ours.
that the street or
Yeah.
the city? Like, I don't know.
I appreciate the gesture, but like, can you like at least like I'll have to like email that. Like, can
Yeah.
you like tell how to fucking enter your address?
Mhm, yeah.
Mm.
Itemize it for
Yeah, like Washington D.C. is hard.
you.
Mm.
To ship to, or you just haven't got any orders there?
Oh no, we get orders there, but it's like I don't even, like.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah, what is
right.
the state?
That's the state
You
and
just
the city.
Do the
Is
zip
that how it
code?
works?
Right? Yeah, I don't know.
Aren't they?
Or is
aren't
it
they,
Washington? Is that the name of the city and it's in the District of Columbia as the state? Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a fucking tough one.
We should probably know
Yeah,
those
I
answers.
know. It's like I never thought. I don't want to sound like an idiot or anything, but like,
Oh, don't worry. That's part of
At
that's
least we're
part of
three
what this
idiots together,
podcast
yeah.
is. It's in,
yeah, I don't know, fucking know.
oh man.
But yeah, we have a bunch of new merch. We actually have this. This isn't even that new, but this is like our new
Ooh.
Spooky.
logo
Spooky,
out. Our new
clowny.
coffee.
Yes, I'm trying to think. I need
What's
to pull up the
the-
That's
shirt.
gonna be on the shirt.
Sick. Yeah, dude, send me.
Dirty.
It's
I mean,
good. It's good.
Yeah. I
Cool.
gotta get re-upped. And actually, I want to bring this up because there was one time where I posted like, oh yeah, making like Hexe Scotch flavored coffee or whatever, and then you wrote me like, geez, like you've been barely eating that, like, or barely, you know, like you still have it. And I responded like, oh, like, haha, I mix it with my Cafe Bustelo or something. And like, anyway, I was like, hi. And as soon as I sent that, I was like, that sounded kind of like rude. Like I was like that came out weird, and like I don't want Parker thinking like I don't appreciate his coffee. What I should have said is like, you know, this Scotch, because you age your
It's bourbon.
bourbon. Sorry, thank you. It's aged in bourbon barrels, so it has this bourbon flavor. And what I should have said is like, it's so good, but it's not like a daily drink. It's like for special occasions I drink it, so it lasted me a
That
long
one-
time.
Yeah, so like that one, the bourbon barrel aged. We have a bourbon, a rye, a red wine, a rye, and a gin. Those are like those are the barrel aged, right? Those like I don't drink that shit. I drink the cold brew of that,
Yeah, your cold brew is
day.
bomb.
but like I don't drink the regular shit of that every day. Like that's hardcore. Like to drink, like we do have people that come in. We sell a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have there like, but my personal preference, like I don't like to drink that shit every day.
Yeah, it's not a daily.
Well, thank you
For
for
me,
saying
like,
so
I
because
like
Paul
how when I'm
was
on
this close
camping
to
for
tears. He was this close to tears,
I
thinking
just like
that
I was
he
like I think I just like
broke your
totally
heart.
said the wrong thing to Parker, and I don't hope he doesn't think I'm a
it's
dick.
hard to insult me.
It's your evil friends shirt, by the way. That's the one
Oh,
I gotta
got
order
plenty
next.
of those. I'll send you one.
Well,
But like,
I'll
so
wear
like,
it
something
proudly.
like this is just regular coffee.
Yeah, I
This
gotta
is
get some.
not really- So like, that's what like we're getting really into like just like really high quality blends,
mhm.
you know, or like single origin. So like, yeah, we do the barrel age. That's what we were like originally known for, and that's like a lot of people love it because we're
It's
like
great.
It's super cool. It's a cool niche.
But it's
awesome,
more
yeah.
of like a sip and savor, not just regular
right.
consumption.
So like we
Yeah.
needed to start selling coffee that I want to drink every morning.
Yeah,
you know
there
what
you
I mean. Like I was like, I can't drink like whiskey barrel. Because I'm like, I'm fucking hungover as shit on a Friday morning. Like, I don't want barrel aged coffee. That's
right. You're like, don't remind me. You know,
Yeah, never.
Yeah,
It's too
like, I'm gonna
soon.
fucking puke. I just need a cup of black coffee. So we had, and this is a while ago. We have the coffee roaster. We got a coffee distributor, and just started really getting like super deep into high quality coffee.
Sick.
Wait,
Like this one here. This is the Painted as Monsters. It's Peruvian, Ethiopian, Sumatran blend.
Wow.
And that's like, yeah, this is one of my favorites. I just stole this today for myself so that I could drink it at home.
Don't tell him.
Yeah.
Don't tell the
but
boss.
seriously.
It's fucking great. Yeah.
What did you say it was?
Don't tell the
Coffee and
boss.
other bullshit?
Oh yeah, so the new shirt has like this clown on it that you can see on your podcast screens.
Uh-huh.
And then yeah, coffee and other bullshit.
I love it.
We do other shit.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, shit,
Good,
Parker.
good.
This has been so fun.
Yeah, dude. Thank you for doing this. Fucking.
Of course.
And
I wish we could like also like I'm down to like have just like shoot up video chats to you guys.
Let's do it.
Yeah, definitely.
But like keep the microphones because the quality is just incredible.
Yeah, you can't beat this. Yeah, that's
No,
right, ladies
I
and
probably
gentlemen.
sound like total shit, but like
No, it
can you
sounds pretty
some of
good.
that, can you give us some of that low
Yeah.
baritone?
Welcome back to that was Miles Davis with Miles Smiles. This is like my jazz radio. That's my jazz radio voice.
Can you give me
No.
NPR?
Today we're gonna talk about today we're gonna meet with Parker Slade, who owns a Hexe Coffee in Chicago, Illinois. I don't know.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good, but I'd like I was
Okay,
trying to do like an
now-
Ira Glass, but he has
now-
like a softer tone.
Now, Anchorman.
And now the weather at 6. I don't know.
Okay.
for like NPR, you gotta be like. Really?
Oh yeah, it was too loud.
I
So
wanna do Slade. Hexe Coffee Co.
When we get back after the break, Parker Slade
Ooh,
will join
that's
us.
good.
It's
oh,
like,
that was good. Yeah. Oh.
I'm getting tricks.
You are getting tricks.
Now a message from Mary Children's Hospital.
More with Parker Slade when we come back. Don't touch that dial.
There's like a total skill to that. There's like
Definitely.
Oh yeah,
they practice that NPR voice.
shameless.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
It's like a muscle. It's like being a dancer. Gotta
Like
do
blown
it.
bubbles,
Yeah.
Not too hard. But fuck it all up.
That's
Mm.
right.
Very good. Well, yeah, man.
Oh,
Let's
man.
We're in a moment. Yeah. Well, cool guys.
we'll do this again
Cool.
sometime, and let's talk off camera, but on mic again another time.
Yeah, seriously, we can do anything we want. We can play games. We can do group art projects. We do that sometimes via Zoom. Whatever you want.
Oh, that's fun. Well, I love you guys both very much. This was so
Love you too,
fun.
Parker.
I love you too, Parker.
Say hi to TK for me.
I will.
We
dude.
will.
I'll text him right now. He'll be
You
so
just-
stoked. that-
Is he a buddy of yours?
Well, I met him through Steve-O. Like Steve-O did the ping pong tournament that the Kyle, who directs the Workaholics, has a production company, and they also host this celebrity ping pong
Wait.
tournament.
Is Kyle? What's his name?
Yeah, he cameos on Workaholics sometimes. He's like their drug dealer or something like that.
Yeah. Free. I had the shirt. I had the T-shirt.
That's funny. I think it's Kyle Newacek. I think is his real name.
Free Carl.
Mm-hmm. Carl.
You know Carl?
Yeah.
Wait, I don't. Is that his name? His character name on the show?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did
Oh.
you watch the show?
No, not really.
He,
I
like,
didn't watch.
he,
I
like,
watched some
practiced-
workaholics, but not all of
my
it.
favorite.
He
show.
like lives in a van and he's just like a
Oh, yeah,
sweetheart,
he has the-
tender-hearted
he has
hippie.
He wrote rape van on his van because no one wants to steal a rape van.
Wow, brilliant. Yeah, so he's like the
And then he
fourth
sold grapes
workaholic.
out of it, and he called it the grape van.
That's oh, that's so good. Yeah. So he's like he
character's
like
awesome.
directs all that stuff, and then he directed like Game Over Man and shit, I think. But anyway, TK worked with him, so Steve met him through that, and then we hired TK to help us when Steve got duct taped to a billboard. TK helped us with that, and that's when I met him. You froze. Did I freeze you?
Uh-oh. We lost him. We're having some technical difficulties. We'll
Ladies
be
and
right back
gentlemen.
after this brief interruption.
Please stand by. Computer died.
I guess
All
that's
right. Well,
it.
hey, that's our show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Good night,
Yes.
everybody. Mwah.
Good night.